Welcome to another episode of GlideChat. My name is Michael Lombardo, CEO and founder of GlideFast Consulting. Today with me, I have a very special group at GlideFast called the Council. And before we get into the Council, I want to go around the room here. And why don't everybody introduce themselves?
All right, I am Josh McMullen. I am an architect here at GlideFast and a service delivery manager.
I'm Castleman. I'm a technical consultant here at GlideFast.
How's it going? Vinny Taggio, senior technical consultant here.
David Arbor. I'm a senior architect and associate vice president.
Let's go.
I'm Sean Erickson. I'm a senior technical consultant.
Well, I'm Scott Murphy, and I'm an architect here at GlideFast.
Let's go. This is the largest glide chat we've ever had. The most people on a glide chat. This is pretty. It's pretty amazing. So we got to talk about the council. So this was established here first. And why don't we talk about what the council is? So who wants to give us a rundown of what is the council?
The council is kind of just a safe, a little collective that we put together to try to alleviate some of, the questions in our dev help channel, which is just where people come and they ask, questions either consulting based or technical based that they need answers to try to help, better accommodate their clients. We found that, sometimes some questions are just too broad, too complicated to answer in a text chat. And so we decided we should kind of come together and allocate some time to really hash out some of the more complicated issues that need to be solved with ServiceNow.
Yeah. And guys, when I first saw this happening, I was like, how long has this been happening for? It turns out it was the first week, I think, or the second week. So I didn't miss it too much. But I was like so excited to see it because some of the power of GlideFast is when a customer hires, someone from GlideFast, you don't just get that one person. You don't just get a technical consultant or an architect or a business process. You get the whole company, right? Because we support each other, I think better than anyone in the industry, any other company. We're always there for each other. And, that's evidenced by like you said, our Slack channels where people come in and say, hey, I need help with this. And everybody jumps in to help. But like you said, sometimes you have those really big problems where you can't just, answer it that way. And it's not really a repeatable process, right? There's not really a defined thing. So when you guys meet once a week and people like bring their problems up in front of you, in front of the council and say, here's my problem, help us out. And like, just to see you guys all attacking it, it's like unbelievable. I'm like, man, this is why we're one of the best in the industry.
Yeah. It's also, we have 50 to 60 people in that council every week. Yeah. And it's recorded, right? So we can re-review it. So, one of the things we encourage is people to bring those issues that we know are going to happen again and again, or ones that we've already addressed, or maybe addressed portion of, but not the entire thing. Bring them in there so that we have a record of them occurring. And so, we have sort of an audience to see what we're doing. And that just helps the entire company because of the knowledge we're sharing.
Yeah, the value our customers are getting, right? They're not just getting one person's perspective on those difficult challenges. Sorry, I interrupted somebody. Josh.
Yeah, I was going to say, David mentioned the 50 or 60 folks that show up. Everybody's a contributor, right? It's not
everybody
just us.
Is. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Everybody's on board. Everybody's kind of pulling the rope in the same direction, trying to help each other out. It's nice. And it's pretty informal too, right? So it's a little bit more
very informal.
You get to know
when we're doing it. Everybody has a drink in their hand. It's the end of the day on Friday, right? So I think that's what makes it fun too.
Yeah.
And so what's the I know you guys have like a mission statement and what's your mission statement?
I mean, this is our, we got to be official. We get our big words out and,
I love it.
So to provide an enjoyable, relaxed, and productive space for people to come together and work out most difficult client solutions. So realistically, we want to be collaborative. We want to help. We want to give back. We want to mentor. We're a bunch of smart guys, but nobody's an expert of everything in this platform. We've got to be able to bring all of these people. We got a UIB expert. We got a CSM expert. We got portal experts. We got HR experts. We got CMDB experts. We're all a little different. And so when people bring up questions, you know what? Somebody in the room probably knows the answer.
Even if it's not one of us, there's plenty. We've had times that everybody else who joins to help or to ask, right? Everybody has good insight.
Of course, I think everyone's answered a question except for me on those things. But and you know what's interesting too is, right, like with ServiceNow development in general and solutioning, there's never one right answer anyways, like only one right answer, right? Sometimes it takes perspective and creativeness. So, getting different perspectives and opinions allows someone else to form their final solution, right? They may not take everything people say in this meetings and say, okay, that's exactly how I'm doing it. They're like, oh, you know what, I like that idea, but I like the way they were going to solve that problem, but I'm going to go this direction for this other thing. So I love that. Can you read that mission statement one more time before we go on? Sorry. That was I want to put that on a plaque somewhere. Read that one more time.
We have a couple of them. We're still trying to get it dialed in. So our purpose in these meetings is to help share and guide our own fellow developers in productive group space and collaborate and expand the community expertise. We're trying to come up with the exact titling of what we want, but we want to be a community. We want to push our culture. We want to make sure that we're not the only smart guys in the company, that everybody is.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, and Mike, it's a lot of what you said too, right? When somebody comes with one of these more complicated business cases that you need to solve, it's not like somebody comes out and you say, well, you do X, Y, Z or whatever, and you're done, right? A lot of times it's someone starts with an idea and then somebody else, you kind of go around the room and you slowly build this idea and you kind of poke holes in it till you slowly come to the right answer, right? That's what the big upside of the whole group is, right? You ask one question one time in the Slack channel and usually you're going to get the right answer, almost always. But with a bigger group, you're more likely to come to a near perfect answer because you have so many people with so much experience that they can see all the different pitfalls so far in advance, right?
Yeah, it's perspective. And I'll tell you just real quick, sorry to interrupt, but for me, it gets me so excited to see on a Friday, end of day Friday, right? Where you people and other companies, they're running out the door, even though they're at home, their bedroom door, right? To see everybody on the call, laughing, having fun, solving tough customer problems. I'm like, man, we're working at the right place. This is fun. We're solving tough problems and we're having fun doing it. And people are here. Nobody's saying you have to be there, right? We're doing this because we love it. We love the ServiceNow platform. We love each other. We support each other.
I was just going to say that we actually have gotten to the point now too where they're bringing issues to us to actually ask us how we would solution something from an architecture standpoint, not necessarily just coming in and saying I have a problem, but running solutions by us to ensure they're sound. That they've done a good job with them. So it's grown a lot.
Where do you guys see this going? The solution, it seems like that's a next evolution of it, right? Where it's growing. Is there plans to take this public or anything or an offering? I see a
Lots of talk.
Yeah.
Lots of talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would really love to take it public. Obviously there's some things we'd have to iron out on our end before we do that and have to find time for it, right? Because we're already given 2 hours out of our week and we're all very busy already. Yeah. We've talked about expanding the team, maybe doing it on an extra day for the internal team as well throughout the week, since it's not only on Fridays that we have issues or people have issues. But we've also we've talked about making it public, where we'd have probably some strict guidelines about not allowing too much customer talk specifically.
PII,
PII, all that.
Or CII, customer.
But more of a live community because I think we really have a lot to offer here, and the ecosystem out there really needs to be healthy and stay healthy, and we can help it do that.
And this is so much of what the ServiceNow community is, right? When I was coming up and I was a help desk guy trying to learn ServiceNow, I leaned on every resource I could to learn things, right? YouTube, the ServiceNow community, or the wiki, or the doc site now, whatever it is, but I leaned so much on that coming up, and people were just so willing to be helpful, when they could, and so that's really, we're really embracing and embodying the ServiceNow community at GlideFast, and we want to help people, right? Like we, if we can monetize it, great for the larger community, but I would love to just see us just help customers just be successful. I mean, that's our mission, right? Anyways, at GlideFast.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd
right.
love to find one person here who hasn't found a community article that's helped them at some point in their career.
Yeah, right? Seriously. And so BT, I haven't heard from you. I got a question for you, my man. How did this start? Who came up with the council, and how did this get going?
So it was me or two other colleagues of mine that actually worked out with a different partner. And we used to do like a Friday dev call, just a couple guys, just going out there, going down rabbit holes, kind of finding interest in things. If you had a problem, you bring to it. It was always really helpful to me because there were some really smart guys in that room, right? So I don't know when we got this started. I reached out to Josh and Sean. I was like, man, we really should do that Friday dev call again because it's helpful and it was always fun because you always learn something no matter what level you were. And we were like, well, that's awesome. We should definitely do that, but we need some more, maybe some more presence in the company for what we had there. So it's like, well, let's go ahead and get David Arbor since he's the GOAT.
Like we can't get Lombardo, so let's get Arbor, right?
Yeah, right. so, and then it was like, we need another really smart guy who's got a face and a presence like on Slack or whatnot. So it was easy. Two guys, Vinny and David.
That's awesome.
Then of course we expanded to Scott.
At
GlideFast.
Yeah.
That was a surprise.
That was I remember you guys were saying something about like needing extra like CMDB expertise, right? Like, so Scott's the CMDB GOAT, huh?
He's a master of all.
I do anything and everything, Mike. I'm in the ITOM space right now, but man, I'll do it all. I don't care.
He was a shoo-in. Guy was at every meeting answering all sorts of stuff.
That was the key. He came and he was always participating, always providing good advice, and that's who we're looking for, to join the council. And we do want to expand further as well.
We do, yeah. And there's some other folks who have kind of made their presence felt.
Yeah.
So
on those calls.
I think in the very near term there'll be some extra faces in here too.
Yeah. And not to derail the conversation, but it just reminds me, you guys were talking about that. We had there was an architect that actually left GlideFast a couple of years ago, and came back pretty quickly. And I said, called me, hey, I want to come back. And I was like, hey, that's fine. You come back. You left on great terms, everything. Can I ask, like, what was the main reason why you came back? I didn't even, we already talked about why you left. And he's like, well, I'll tell you, it was a Thursday night. I had a huge, deliverable due the next day. I was kind of doing something outside my wheelhouse, and they told me culture. People were there for each other. I posted something in Slack, and I didn't get a response like ever. Like it never got. Forget about the deliverable date. Like it never got answered. There was just nobody. I was just on my own, and there's just a couple other examples of that. And all I could think about, even when I was presenting in front of the customer, all I could think about was, man, at GlideFast, I would have had 20 answers in dev help. I would have had people calling me saying, let's get on a Zoom, no matter what time of night it was. And again, that's what makes us strong. And that's why our customers love us, because you're not just getting one perspective, you're getting the whole team. So I applaud you guys for doing this and getting this going. And in the initiative, right? Like that's the best part about GlideFast too. I didn't tell you, or nobody's telling like, hey, this is what we need to do. You guys saw a need or saw an opportunity and just did it. That's initiative. That's innovation. That's how we win. Organic innovation, from the words of Bill McDermott. I love that.
Innovator die.
Yeah,
that's true.
Innovator die. So you guys getting a tattoo or something? Because I'm in.
Yeah, do you want to see?
Oh, that's great.
No,
We got the pin.
The pin.
Yeah. I mean, we have our own logo. We have our own mission statement now. We have our own pins and quite the following here internally.
That's awesome.
So,
all right, so let's get this public. Let's figure out how we can start helping the community at large. Well, one way you can help is by hitting us up at info@glidefast.com, following us on Twitter at GlideFast, following us on LinkedIn, and requesting our services. We can definitely help you there. But we definitely want to get this out to the larger community. And thank you guys for all you do at GlideFast, all you do for customers in the ServiceNow community as a whole. I mean, we definitely making our impact out there, and that's something I'm proud to be a part of.
We are
same.
Yeah.
Same, man. Love it. Loved it. Love this
Teamwork
place.
makes the
Love
dream
y'all.
work.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us, and have a great night.